Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. Today we are out here with my Element Gatekeeper, except for this one has some serious modifications. This has Capra axles, it also has an SCX 10.2 3-gear transmission, as well as a rear link setup change. It is no longer trailing arm. I actually have it fully 4-linked in the rear, but they are the short links, the same length as the trailing arms as the Gatekeeper comes with. So gonna try it out this way. I actually destroyed this truck recently and it's a fresh rebuild, so we're gonna go out and make sure everything's working again. I came out to a new spot because I just wanted to add some variety to the channel. It is just starting to sprinkle a little bit, which is what you may be seeing on the lens there. And we're gonna go have some fun with the nice cooler temperatures. Let's see how this 4-wheel steer Gatekeeper does on Capra axles. Right, guys, so as I used to drive with my axial Capra that was 4-wheel steer, which has turned into this truck, I sold the Capra to purchase this Gatekeeper, along with ripped the axles off the Capra to put on this Gatekeeper. In addition to that, I run my camera setup on my controller, so if some of the frames are a little bit out of frame, I apologize. I'm doing my best here, but this GoPro wide-angle lens certainly helps accomplish that task. Also, the second reason I need to drive with the camera on the controller is so that I can use my right hand to control the rear steer on this truck. I drive one-handed throttle and front steering, so I can do that one-handed. My second hand controls the rear steer. So I've actually never even crawled in this area before, so this is all new terrain to me, getting a feel for these rocks. They do seem very grippy, so that's good. We'll work our way downhill in this very mellow V-notch, slow and controlled thanks to the Hobbywing axe combo in here. Nice and slow and controlled and quiet. I do like how quiet this axe combo is. All right, guys, we're gonna approach this obstacle. This is a super technical one. We're gonna see if we can keep all our tires where we want them, especially with this 4-wheel steering. It helps make that possible. I did interrupt myself back there just a little bit. I was starting to explain the overdrive in this truck. This truck has overdrive in the portals of the Capra axles. The Stealth X transmission that comes with the Element trucks, I put into my SCX 10.2 build. The reason is this truck had that Stealth transmission that has overdrive in the transmission and it has the Capra portals on it. Well, I had portal gears that are overdrive, but the transmission already had overdrive. We're really getting ourselves bound up. And while my SCX 10.2 had none. So what I did is I just kind of utilized having both. And I took the transmission out of my 10.2 and swapped it with the Stealth trans because they are the same bolt pattern. So now both my trucks have overdrive. Working that rear, trying to get this super sharp U-turn in here. Trying to keep our tires up on these rock fins. Gonna end up trying to keep this truck balanced here. There we go, got into position pretty well. All right, guys, just reposition the truck. Let's get this tire back up on this rock. Got sticks sticking out of both sides. It's actually kind of funny. We're gonna use this rock slider up here and the rear steer, and hopefully this truck will pivot around. The front end's wanting to push. So when I say front end wants to push, that means that the front tires are not turning, they're just getting pushed in a straight line. Okay, now let's change the rear. We're back into the position where it fell off the rock. Man, this is a tough corner here. Got some pretty strong Savix servos. I've got a Savix 1212 in the front, and so 1212, and then I've got the 1230 in the rear. 1230 SG. I don't really care about waterproof servos for this truck. My radio is actually not waterproof. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. right, we made the corner. Okay, this obstacle is possible, but it's definitely tough. Got to take a bunch of reverses and backups and setups to get through that, but super fun spot. Pushing the limits on this truck, which is what I'm out here discovering what it can actually do. I haven't driven this thing all that much. I have been fairly impressed with its weight balance, so coming down hills is actually a pretty strong, it's a strong suit for this truck. Although this downhill is pretty wicked. All right, let's get these sticks out of here. Cool formation, already took a crack at both climbs here. We're gonna see if we can get this one on camera. Start to get the front end up. Maybe work those rears a little bit left. Nope, that's not gonna work. Straighten it. Just getting a little light in the front. Whoa, whoa, maybe. There we go, there we go. Come on, come on. No, maybe not. I'll be completely honest, I didn't make this before the camera. Pivot, pivot, just like Friends. Turn the rears into it. Ah. Just got to drag the rears up. Nice. I did not get that without the camera on. That was cool. Okay. Swing it back around. And this is just a good old steep climb. Wheelbase turned out to be just about right for it. Which, speaking of, the wheelbase on this truck is long. So where I mentioned the belly clearance earlier with the short links in the rear, the belly on this needs to have a lot of clearance because the wheelbase is like 13 3/8. So pretty long truck, but it's got the 2.2-inch tires. These are the Pitbull Bravens, the Pitbull Braven Berserkers, and the overall height's 519. Really awesome right there. Tons of traction with this rock. Okay guys, big grippy wall here, but it is like the absolute maximum of what this truck can do. So let's see if we can get it with just a little bit of a bump here. See what I mean? The truck looks like it's ready to tip over. Just trying to get set up. All right, got the rear worked around. Now we got to conquer the obstacle on top. Just mind the gap, keep everything balanced, work your rears. Very nice. If you guys never played with a rear steer truck, man, you really ought to try one, because like some of the things that are possible, it just really opens up the doors. Like this formation here with the straight axle rig, you'd be coming into it on an angle or trying to have to back up 15 times to get it squared up. And like right there, it just drove right around. It was no big deal. The turning radius is ridiculous. Although if you want ultimate tight turning radius, a dig unit will turn sharper, but it pivots off the back tire. So it's something to think about when you need to turn. So a great way to shift the whole truck driver is to just crab over. Literally driving on a cactus right now, so tons of traction there. And then we're going to follow this formation, which looks really cool. We'll see if the truck can conquer it. Nice little U shape. Let's ease up on the rear steer. Just drive it with the front axle. Okay, big ledge up front. Gonna have to try and navigate it with the fronts. Oh, rear steer into that wall, settle the car back down. It's actually upsetting the car, it's not liking it. Yeah, we gotta try that again. Now this is something that I want to tune out of this truck. The way the front end is getting bound up like that and the suspension's just acting a little funky. I need to change the shock tuning or something, maybe change weights of oil in the shocks. But I want to eliminate that. I want the truck to stay planted. Maybe the anti-squat isn't enough in the rear. But I can't just throw a link riser on the rear because it's got a servo on top of the axle. So you got to change the link mounting positions on the truck. So it gets a little tricky. Don't let go. Don't let go. Follow it around, truck. Keep going. Yeah, that was cool. Uh-oh, our rear's in a bad spot. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, we'll just pivot it around, keep going with this turn, and then drive up into this formation on the top, which is gonna get real weird on us with the rear tires, because the rear is gonna try and drop in a hole while the fronts are trying to climb this. And this is a fun one. This is probably the best spot I've been out to. This is probably the best spot that I've been playing on since I've been here. To get the traction we need, I'd be dangerously close to the ledge on the passenger front. Suspension setup carried that passenger front up and over. Just trying to get these rears back on top of that ledge right there. Now we can swing them around that rock, turn into the rock and climb it. Come on. Get the traction, I know it's there. Come on, truck. There's so much traction on these rocks. There it is. So we're gonna come into this little sideways, see if we can make the transition up and over. I think we will be. Get the tire back on the rock. And we made it up and over. What a crazy, cool obstacle this Gatekeeper just did. We're about to tip our truck if we go up that rock though. Come on. Come on. Holy crap, that was absolutely one of the coolest lines I've done out here. Whew, almost tipped it. All right guys, I've filmed a lot while I'm out here. We'll see how much of it actually ends up in this video. But this has been a really fun area, and one of the reasons I'm out here is for this last obstacle we're gonna show you guys. It's not like mind-blowing, but it's very cool. And on my original hike when I came out here to scope the spot, I found this and I wanna know if it's possible. So here we are. It's a really cool set of like rounded off steps. So we gotta get this thing to climb a couple sets of steps, and then it ends in a little arch up here. So far so good. 1 out of 3 on this obstacle. Now it's fighting to get all the tires up on the next one. All right, we've actually made all 4 tires up ledge number 1. And now we haven't. So what can we do to get this truck up here? Let's swing the rear end this way. It's all about getting the rear push to get these front tires up. Okay, uprighted ourselves pretty easily there. And that's lifting our passenger front tire from the suspension. This truck's just too long for this ledge. Nope. Come on. Come on, truck. Got that front tire just starting to climb and the rears fall out from underneath it. I bet my 12 3-inch wheelbase truck would walk right up this. And not to mention the front driver tire's in an overhang, so that's not helping anything. Okay, we got some progress, but it wants to tip. Okay, cool. I'm already a big fan of this obstacle because it's a challenge, but I've proved that you can get the fronts up, which is giving me a lot of hope for the rear. We're totally bellied out here, and the rears have no bite. Oh, they found some bite. Come on, come on. This is where the Gatekeeper being a thin cage is a big benefit, so that when it drops into a V-notch like this, it helps get your tires as much traction as possible. Obviously the truck has to be some amount of width to accommodate the chassis. So we can't really tip over. Let's just try and like lean it on its side. That's not working. Drive the rear back under the truck. That didn't help our cause. These are full throttle bumps now. And so once we get up here, we need to pivot, come up, and then pivot again. So this is not the end of the obstacle. Work the rears around, pivot the truck. Let's try and make it up on the outside edge here, which does not look easy, by the way, but we might have a better fighting chance at this. The key is going to be to not fall off, which we're in bad shape for. We're looking like we're gonna fall off. Need to fall off just the right amount. Okay, we completely fell off. Get a different view here. Well, at least it was a soft roll. All right, we did not drive up this, say we magically made it. We're gonna have to get through that bowl. Wow, that truck pivoted really well, actually. Get the rears pointed where you want. Okay, we kind of squared up to our next ledge, which there's a giant bush on top of the next ledge. All right, so that part's possible. It's literally just the third step we got to worry about. May have to come back in a future video for that one. So guys, I appreciate you for watching this far. I really do. Anybody who likes and comments on the videos, I always greatly appreciate it. All my subscribers, thank you so much. It's been such a fun journey in these couple months. The channel's been growing so quickly. I really do appreciate it, guys. I hope you're enjoying the content. I will keep going out and producing more. So until the next one, keep the rubber side down.